There we go. Here we go. Welcome, 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 everyone, to another adventure into reality. So, everyone, sit back, put your tray tables up, seats in the upright position. We're going to start with a very powerful teaching that came my way from one of my mentorship students, Laura. I want to thank Laura for creating this masterpiece. I want to be able to share it with everyone here. So, everyone, please turn off your video so we don't take up excess stream. And we're going to sit back, relax, and understand the journey of the human, the hero, the champion, the unvanquished great dreamer of peace, and the dragon. This is about the journey to the stars. I am the human. I am the human because I know love. I was born a sacred masculine and a sacred feminine through the womb of a sacred feminine on this sacred earth. I grew from my heart and I can learn to speak its language. As the fetus in my mother's womb, I have my greatest connection to the divine. And I was born with that spark within. For it is my connection to the divine, my eternal flame, and with the internal fortitude and will to live, to drive me forward, learning how to create my own bubble of reality. Born through the forgetting of the birth canal, but I know I have these means to access my memories and light so I can learn how to dream my own great dream of peace. For as the human, I was born with all the knowingness within, already having the connection to all that is, was, and ever will be. I have the ability to learn to be the shaman of my own technology, and I am human because I use my heart, mind to connect again to the fetus and call forth my ancient wisdom in order that I may learn, grow, evolve, to love unconditionally, to find the sacred neutrality that is my birthright. I am human because I have the rites of passage to discover the resources that carry me through the challenges of life on earth. I am human. I love and learn. At times I learn through repetition, which brings illumination, which I use for self-growth, self-discovery. I am human because I know I carry the blood of my ancestors, and I feel my heart beat and know it beats for all ancestors. And when do I do the work of self-healing? I heal all ancestors, past, present, and future. I was born with choices and potentials of my own to carry forward the mantle of responsibility to be the self-illuminated master. A human knows in their heart there's something more beyond the petty distractions of the global narrative and survival living. I am human when I see through the programs that run us, and I work to eliminate them from my life so that it is my heart mind that makes my decisions and gives me my perspectives. I have the skill sets to hack this hologram and fortify my own hologram. As a human, I am unique. I am a catalyst for change. I know I hold infinite potential. born with the wisdom within me, and why I dream this dream. I am human when music moves me to tears and yet can make me dance. I am human because I feel my heart singing, because I laugh and cry, sing and speak, run and dance, sleep and dream. I can smell the sweet smell of hay when rain is coming. I feel the tugging of the winds in my hair and the warming of the sun on my skin. I breathe in the sharp freshness of the chill air on a frosty winter's day. I can smile. I am the human, recognizing my heart is full, undiscovered, and its full, undiscovered treasures, and that I am here to make the unknown known. As a human, I have choices. The choosing of which creates yet more choice points. I have the choice to use imagination and vision, which opens me up to co-create with great spirit and great mystery, a beautiful, never-ending voyage of discovery. As a human, my prayers of thanks and poems and connections from my heart to ancestors. I am the hero. This is when the human evolves enough to make self-aware choices, to step out of mediocrity. A hero turns acquired knowledge into wisdom by action. I am the hero by becoming awake and aware that I am more than I have heard, read, or studied, and having the courage to develop an unlimited point of view, to create sacred space and carve out sacred time, to use out loud, name it, to claim it statements, even when the whole world seems to be yelling at you that you're being selfish. I am the hero by committing myself to a path of self-discovery and self-healing, which is not in alignment with the system of mediocrity and distraction. The system that tells you they know best and that without it, you'd be struggling. A hero knows that outcreating the system will help them reclaim their own sovereignty. A hero steps forward to do their great work regardless of the projections put upon them by those around them, including loved ones who are still in the hypnosis of obedience and slavery. A hero's stance is frightening to those who unquestionably conform. A hero can lose friends and family through this fear. I am the hero because I've had to fight back tears when my truth is met with scorn and ridicule. Teasing from others is a giveaway of our fear of change. When my sacred neutrality is seen as weakness and my intent questioned as a human, my heart can break. But as a hero, I know with deep, unwavering belief that this is part of the journey I must go through. As a hero, I learned to conquer old habit patterns that are working against me, and I stop arguing for my limitations. A hero is not a martyr. I do not sacrifice my own needs for others. I am a hero by being sovereign and working on my own development and healing, allowing others to do the same if they should choose to take up the mantle of responsibility. A hero does not tread on another's journey, but commits themselves to their own path. I am a hero because I know it is not what you think, it's what you believe. And I've chosen to believe in me. Self-trust, self-acknowledgement, self-nurture. Facing obstacles in the seen and the unseen world, and taking on as a discipline the spiritual hygiene and sacred practices and ceremonies as a scheduled heart agenda driven need to maintaining and increasing frequency and sovereignty and the setting of sacred boundaries. The path of the hero is not easy. You must own your core self. You own your own power in a system that wants to take it from you in all kinds of overt and covert ways. I am a hero as I make myself aware to this and have spiritual practices and postures to keep me sovereign. The hero knows the path of truth can be a lonely road, but does not operate as a hermit practitioner, for that serves no purpose for the greater good. A hero has recognized the illusory limitations set up by the self and has done the work to overcome the worry and fear, recognizing that they are the product of lack of trust in the self. Therefore, a hero has learned self-trust. My daily spoken prayers and meditations have become prayer dances of joy with music that makes tears flow. I am the champion. As a champion, I throw off the shackles in the seen and the unseen world. I offer my full service and contribution to the light. I am a champion when, as a self-illuminated master, I can see through the trickery and lies of the system of domination and control, yet I do not confront it. A champion has learned to outcreate the system by sacred living, by revocations, claiming sovereignty, ceremonies, alchemy, and aligning with the frequencies of earth, of the natural way of living. A champion lives in the divine flow and creates sacred ways and moments, and has learned to live from one sacred moment to the next, as moment to moment sacred living on earth, living the mystical life daily in a seamless bondage stream of self-healing, self-worth, self-value, and self-appreciation and unconditional love. You cannot trigger a champion into retaliation. A champion will open their hearts because they are not afraid and pour out the endless stream of love that flows through them. Yet they are not fools. Champions have learned the lessons of life, of self-protection from energies not coming in equal co-creation to siphon life force. And they are prepared. They have mastered the discipline of spiritual hygiene and know it is a discipline. I am a champion, for I have been through the deepest fear of a shaman's death, of extreme anxiety, disturbance, loss of life force, hollowness, and the emptiness before the separation of densities, removed old selves, there to distort and destroy our work against ourselves. This takes the courage of a champion. I am the champion when I know how to flip the frequencies and engage my precognitive workforce of I am presences so I may be the sole arbiter of my life, out creating the system's plans for me. As a champion, I am engaging many of the skill sets I have learned as a synthesis of human and hero. Victories are not seen as glorification. Victories are a personal achievement of being a sacred neutral observer and learning from the rites of passage these milestones to my personal spiritual path. The dancing of the prayer, the dancing of the prayer dance for a champion is beautiful. It is in divine flow with the heart of a warrior and the mind and body of a sacred masculine and feminine. The music carries me to the depths of my soul and joy. I am the unvanquished great dreamer of peace. And from my heart space knowingness pours the unlimited love for all sentient kind, a deep wisdom that knows the potency of peace. I am unvanquished, unconquerable, because I chose sovereignty of the self. I chose self-mastery. I chose to be a signature frequency matched to peace. I am a peacemaker and peacekeeper. As the great dreamer of peace, I recognize that all spiritual paths are to be honored, for all must follow their own inner guidance and heart. A great dreamer of peace works in the seen and the unseen worlds, dreaming into the dream space of loved ones, repatriating soul shards and bringing back wholeness, repairing and bonding fractalized dream spaces. I have stood up in the dreams as a sovereign, potent being, carrying my staff bound with feathers and crystals to protect others and myself. I have removed entities from the dream spaces of myself and loved ones. I am unvanquished, and I know as the great dreamer that we all have the potential to dream the great dream of peace and to create the fifth world of peace by dreaming that dream. I know that every step I walk as the unvanquished great dreamer of peace, as one that is in synchronicity with Great Spirit. Great Spirit works through me and with me. Words flow, whether spoken, written, or typed. I have remembered who I am and why I dream this dream. I am the mighty manifester of the great dream of peace and unity. I honor myself as self-illuminated master, holding the great dream of peace. I ride the celestial winds of change with heightened awareness, integrity, and intuition, carrying the message of the unvanquished dream of peace. For I am unconquered, a sovereign arbiter of peace. As the unvanquished great dreamer of peace, my luminescence will help awaken my sleeping brothers and sisters of earth, the next generation of peacemakers and peacekeepers, as I show loving lightness and grace and a new way of living on earth. I carry the universal message of sovereignty, freedom, and peace. I am so free, I choose to experience the illusion of non-freedom on earth. As the unvanquished great dreamer of peace, I pilot a voyage as a great medium of peace, sharing knowledge of sovereignty, consciousness, the maxims of equity. For I had the courage to look within and read the encodings imprinted in my heart since my first birth of all my eternal births. And my prayer dance is under the stars with a heart so full of joy, where I call forth spirals of stardust from the ends of my outstretched fingers, and peace fills my soul, for I know I have earned the rites of passage. I am the dragon. As the unvanquished dreamer of the great dream of peace, I now conjure my dragon. I initiate the force of my dragon with my deep breath and surrender to this 0 point energy. The raw spirit and pure grace that is me. As the dragon, I feel the light, the harmony of my body being in touch with the universe. To move through the different dimensions at speeds. To raise my awareness. To take me beyond my mind and help me move my energy and shift any stagnation so I may gain greater clarity. I am the dragon. We are the ancient ones, the great holders of the universal truths, our ancient freedoms, ancient knowingness of our ancestors. When I am a dragon, I harbor within me the adventure of spirit. I am a trailblazer into the velvety depths of time-space, of all galaxies and universes, and beyond that which outcreate an even grander of my current perspective. I trust in myself, riding the synchronized flow of the energies as I create new pathways, weave new dreams, and program realities. I ride the currents of cosmic airflow of the four celestial winds, free and untethered, so I may create new dream space with the thread of the eighth color of time. I am the seeker of knowledge, the returning voyager of all time space, weaving new streams of light, igniting the peacemaker's fire with my dragon's breath, and lighting the torches that show the path of the fifth and sixth worlds of universal peace, discovering past, present, and future as our legacy, spreading the message of unity wherever I go. I manifest my own sovereign layer of reality and know my path will best be served with humility and right action, giving up illusions of control and deepening the relationship with all that is, was, and ever will be. As the dragon, my sacred heart will be my compass in all frequencies of light, for I am a grand source connected being. When I co-create with the eighth colors of time, I become my own elder of this time of earth. I am the dragon. This is my legacy, and my prayer dance is the in divine flow. It lifts my dragon's wings, and all I know is love and beauty in all its forms. Aho. Oh, there's a lot of you are loving this stuff. Oh boy, let me just take a moment here and get something to drink. Oh, let me check the chat room here. Yes, lots of people in tears. That's beautiful. Yes. All right, everyone. We are going to take our first open lines. Ask me anything you want. And those that are smart, who's going to be the first caller, is going to ask about what I just read, right? First caller before we spin the wheel of callers. Knock, 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 knock. Knocking on their future selves. All right, Robert, let's spin the wheel of callers and see who the universe presents us.
All right, Andrew. Our first caller will be Becky. Becky, I'm sending you a message to unmute right now.
Becky, are you
Oh
there?
my, Andrew, can you hear me?
I can hear you. Yes, I can.
Oh,
Welcome to the show. How you doing?
Thank you. I'm kind of in shock, but anyway, thank you so much. Thanks for taking my call.
You're welcome. So what did you think about my opening speech there that was done by Laura and one of my mentorship students? Just an incredible, powerful person.
Yeah, it was very powerful. It was, I guess I feel a little bit overwhelmed. The whole concept of being, the neutral observer, that's really challenging in this day and age. And I know that's the name of the game. I mean, that's where it's at. And, but it's hard. It's hard to do that. And I love what did you say? The dragon and the 0 point energy and the peace that helps it fly. That was beautiful.
Yeah.
That was incredible.
There's some lines in there that when she was reading it during our mentorship class, I had tears rolling down my eyes. Watching. I know I've been worked with her for so many years. To see her go through this form of transformation, it's special when you see someone on their great dream and she gets it. She not as you get it.
Exactly.
She had just finished a trip to Australia and wrote that on the airplane ride back.
Wow.
Yeah, it was part of our homework from one of the mentorship class, and I was just blown away. It's so applicable to any moment in history, moment in history. Yeah.
Exactly.
All right. So
go ahead.
Go ahead. So, what kind of questions did you want to ask? I got open lines tonight.
Okay, well, great. Well, the usual. I've got a million questions, but the usual, the big one, lineage. I'm 69, so it's. I guess I'm at a point where, to some degree, I don't feel quite the pressure. It's like maybe if I'm just holding space and I'm here, and I'm holding space for love and peace and and everything, then maybe that's enough. I'm not sure, but I sure would like to connect with more of my soul family.
So what have you been doing for a job for the last 20 years?
Well, 30 years I was in computer science, and then I quit. And then I grew vegetables, organic vegetables and flowers for farmers markets.
All right. When you quit, was it a quitting of technology too?
Pretty much. It was, I realized after 30 years, I really didn't feel passionate about what I was doing. I felt challenged by it, but I didn't feel passionate. So I went through a process for a period of time where I, looked for what I felt passionate about. And I love growing. I love things growing. It's just, so
there's a trauma. Yeah, there's a severe trauma when you left that job. That's why I asked that first question.
Oh, really?
There is keys that you need to make what your passion is successful from that side. What did you actually do? Were you a programmer? What was your job?
30 years. I started in the 80s, so just about everything. I did programming. I love database applications, and I did mostly. I was an empower. That's I was in the public sector, so I'm about empowering people. And I'm a woman, and I was in the field that was kind of predominantly men. So I took great pride in. I worked and supported a lot of women. I took great pride in demystifying the concepts and the tool, and helping people learn that. I had many people say to me, "Well, it's not that complicated. Why didn't somebody else say it that way?" So it wasn't a power trip for me. It was empowering people, teaching them that the tool was. It wasn't that hard, and they were very capable of
Did
being
you
able
like
to.
doing that? Did you like doing that?
I did. I didn't like the politics and I'm an introvert, I guess, so I didn't like all the politics and the personalities, and
I
I'm
don't
really
believe you're an introvert. I do not believe you're
Pardon?
an introvert. I don't believe you're an introvert at all. I think you've just bought your own propaganda.
Oh, well, I guess I'm just so sensitive to energy that I don't
More
know
propaganda. That's more propaganda.
really.
That's the trauma from the job. You're sensitive in the energy. Yeah, I'm being blunt here. There's a reflection inside you that you are having very tough time seeing. The trauma from the job is actually blocking significant portions of your skill sets from being a part of the passion of what you're doing now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. There's a very powerful argument for your limitation there, or self-defeating journey. I would really look at the nature of you leaving your job and understand that you had so many years behind it and so many great successes, and you don't have those plaques on the wall with what you're doing. But you should. They should be everywhere so that you could be the most technologically advanced farm out there in, auto grow stuff if you wanted to. Why haven't you done that? Huh?
Well, yeah, for me, it was, so much of that career was spent inside in front of a computer screen. So a lot of that, it felt like I needed to get back to the earth and be connected to it and, get
Bring
my
your
hands
laptop out to
dirty.
your garden. Bring your laptop out to a garden with a chair.
That's true. That's true.
Modern world.
I don't know. I'm not really. I'm not really farming right now. We're retired, so I'm just.
I get it. You're 69 and you can't do what you did 10 years ago.
Right.
Yeah? All right.
Well, I don't
get
even
it.
want to.
Right.
It's like different. But I do feel passionate about growing things. I'm growing seedlings right now, and I just. There's something that's so joyful when I see
What kind of seedlings are you growing?
Oh, just your typical squash and just things for the garden for food. But
have you ever gone and got clippings off of trees early on and see if you can get them to grow or get seeds to small tree things to grow?
I haven't gone that route. No, I've thought about that. We're under 200-year-old oaks, so I could do
Start
some
spawning them. Start spawning them. Make a big get them pots and at the end of the season go put them somewhere.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
That's
Yeah.
magic. That's magic
It
right
is
there.
magic. It is
And
magic. It really is.
So many beautiful prayers because you're nurturing a seedling and you're intending to give it back to nature.
Right, exactly.
Hmm.
Exactly. Yeah, that's where my passion, I do feel that way. So is that my lineage? I mean, is that why this is,
Well, before we get into some of the denser information, we have to get into why such a big trauma is at work. Is it because of the sexual discrimination, the nature of the negative job stuff? What?
Well, the whole, well, I don't know. There was a lot along the way that, I think there's a lot of women that have been in a field that where women weren't. I experienced the, the guys where we were on the same team, we worked for the same company and they were trying to make me fail. And that was, I'm really about cooperation and supporting other people. So that was a shocker to realize you could be on the same team and working together and yet they were wanting you to fail because they didn't want women to be able to appear to be able to be competent at it. But I think a lot of that's changed. You know, we're talking about in the 80s. So, you know, I think
I understand. I deal with a lot of people that are just like you. They left the software industry for many different reasons, and
yeah.
many calls from all different shapes and sizes and jobs that you could possibly think of. I get it. What I'm
Yep.
trying to help you
Yeah.
understand, there's a trauma when you left that you need that energy back at this age now, so you can do something that allows your great work to have a greater impact. That's
Oh,
what you're
okay.
asking for. You're just thinking that your lineage is an answer. And the answer is no, it doesn't matter what's in your lineage. It's what you can do now at the age that you're at and the amount of endurance that you want to put behind choices.
Right, right.
You still
right.
have a chance to really make a deep impact if you decide to revisit what you left behind and try to heal it and take some of those energetic skill sets that are just bound up energy that you don't have access to right now.
Right. That's very true.
You
Because
could
I put a
easily
lot of energy in that career, and then when you sort of walk away, it's
That's
sort
right.
of a dangling.
It's actually a trauma. It's actually a trauma in your field. Actual
Oh,
trauma in your field. They tuned into it right away. Like, let me be
wow.
blunt. You could put together a small team of programmers really fast, and they could all be women. And guess what? You can give them all the knowledge and wisdom you want, and you can make a school for women programmers of how to deal with the assholes out there.
That's a thought.
Okay.
Yeah, I will tell you. Well, I don't want to get into a great deal, but one of the traumas was during that last job. I worked with a sociopath, a woman who was a sociopath, and that kind of did it for me. I like to lift everybody. I like to lift the people I work with up. I like for all of us to be better together. And her approach to life was to make everybody around her look worse so she could look better.
Mm-hmm. Those are called crappy managers who have power over other people. Oftentimes they're haunted, and they come haunted from home. Sometimes the ghost from home takes over by an office ghost. That's really common.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Are you ready to not let this person have any more power over you all these years later?
I don't want to run into any more.
You're not. There's still a thorn in your ass about something that you haven't forgiven and haven't let go.
Yeah. Right.
It's time to pull it out and put some antibiotic on it.
Okay. Well, you think that's it? That's all I can really. I don't know. I don't know. I'm really sensitive.
What do you want to do for the world? What would you like to do if you had a chunk of change, $500,000? What would you do to have your work affect people in the world?
Well, I mean, the most common theme is empowering. Whatever I'm doing, I like to share knowledge, and I like to empower other people.
Okay, that's awfully vague. Like what? Like what kind of knowledge?
I don't know.
You don't sell yourself anymore. You don't sell yourself anymore. You don't put yourself in the boardroom scenarios. You don't work with management or intelligent people anymore, and your brain has become lazy.
Yep, you're right.
And that is what you need to get back. The genius. Okay.
Yeah, I do feel, but it's okay to change careers and then put your,
But you dumbed yourself down to what you're doing right now. You have kept yourself dumbed down. I'm being brutal here with your personality right now. You have kept yourself dumbed down.
Well, you're right. Yeah. You're right.
And now you're all suppressed, and you want to know about your lineage and galactic history, and that doesn't matter. I could blah, 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 this and that, but it will make no difference about what choices you're going to make about getting your genius back. And then having to go through the shaking off of the rust and the realization of, wow, how I let myself genius slide.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I have felt that way. I have felt like, I do consider, I consider myself smart, and along with
No, you're
other
a genius.
people.
You're not smart. You're a genius.
Oh, okay.
Right. You have to
Well,
live up to the legacy of being a genius.
and yeah, I felt like I was kind of wasting some abilities.
Okay. Where are you living at now?
The west coast of U.S., Oregon.
Okay. Anywhere near Portland? Many in a big city? Or are you out in the middle of nowhere?
Oh, just north of Corvallis. So we're about an hour and a half south of Portland.
Yeah, you're middle of nowhere.
We're on 20 acres. Yes, we're.
Yeah, in the middle of nowhere. I get it.
Yeah,
That's a
yeah.
trauma too. That's a trauma too.
Well, if we're talking about traumas, my son died totally unexpected at 38, 8 years ago. So
Mhm. Yes.
that's,
That's also on top of the trauma too.
yeah, yeah.
Uh-huh. Are you really ready to delve into it now?
Yeah, I think I am. Yeah, it's gotten easier, but I still can't wrap my head around it. It makes no sense to me.
What was your son's name?
Brian.
Okay. Is there anything you'd like to ask him?
Oh, he's come through. Um, no, I don't know. Where is he?
He's standing right next to you.
Oh, cool.
Uh-huh. He's
Um,
handing you a book.
he's handing me a book.
Yeah, it's like watercolor pictures that he did when he was young.
Ooh, cool. I have a drawing he did right over here in my office.
Mm-hmm.
He died very suddenly of a pulmonary embolism at 38. He was 2 weeks from graduating from a course he'd been studying for 2 years, and really was going to turn his life around and start a new chapter. And it's not just about him. It's kind of the trauma of why do things like this sort of seem like random.
It wasn't random.
It wasn't random. Okay.
No.
I
You've
can't buy
listened.
into that he contracted to do this. I just can't buy into that.
Why can't you?
It doesn't make any sense to me.
I've talked about spiritual contracts and births for many, many shows. I'm sure you've heard me talk about it.
Well, I know. Yes, I know. And I thank you so much for the contract revocation, because I'm doing that, and the strike, and the equity court. I'm doing that faithfully. That I feel so empowered by that. It's amazing. Thank you
So
so much.
there is a spiritual contract that he had to go at that particular time.
And that was by the archons. I mean, that was one of those
No.
fine print things.
No, that was his planned date of going. He had a certain amount of things to get done, and he needed a mother and father that would guarantee that he can get a certain amount of things done before he left, and that he can leave great memories. Because when he comes back, when he comes back, he's going to kick the shit out of a whole bunch of things in a good way. He ended his repetition without illumination life.
Say that again.
He ended his repetition without illumination lifetimes. He ended his reincarnation with that death.
Ah, okay.
He comes back as a being of Dharma next.
Oh, okay.
Right.
I had heard something along that line. I also heard that he was helping other people balance their karma so they can move on.
Correct. He came from a certain group of soul philosophy in the oceans of awareness that come in and take on unique perspectives in the unseen world. They live normal lives, but their dreaming lives are fantastical. And when then they have their life review, they realize what their singularity and duality selves are doing in the seen and the unseen world, and a bigger picture unfolds. And the bigger picture that unfolded for your son was the work that he had resolved.
that's good to know. You know, it's not comforting for me because he's gone. But anyway, you know,
Correct.
I mean, it
He
is.
is
It's
gone.
comforting to know that, you know, as a parent, to know that your child is in a good place. There's nothing better than that,
How would you
except
feel
having
if
them
you
there.
how would you feel if he was already back in a body?
I thought about that recently, actually.
Yeah. He'll be in a body before 2021.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Mm.
Just,
He's not
I hope
rushing
it's,
it, but before 2021, he'll be in a body.
oh, wow. But oh, okay. You're saying he doesn't have to. I mean, he's coming in.
He's waiting for the exact moment in time in which other beings are born at a certain moment in time. And when other beings are passing in another exact moment of time, to bypass the Archon grid and come in mass. Beings of
Oh,
great change.
okay.
Because they've cleared their karma within the system of karma and coming back as dharmic beings of great change.
Hmm.
The generations of the future are no longer predicted like they were 20 years ago. The
Exactly.
system can barely predict 6 hours, 12 hours ahead of time for most of us now. When they used to be able
Really?
to go 30 years or 10 lifetimes ahead of time. Back in the 80s, it was 10, 20 lifetimes ahead they could predict what you're going to do. Not
No
anymore.
kidding. And that's
Yes.
because the timeline's down to one,
No, because
there's people
we're
breaking
all,
the predictive model.
we're all interconnected, and that broke the prediction model.
Oh,
They thought
wow.
they had a system that would control interconnectedness, but it didn't. It
Oh,
didn't.
wow.
We are a species with some very strong intestinal fortitude when it comes to our capacity to self-illuminate.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Well, okay. Well, then I feel good, you know, that I helped him, and you know, I was strong. I mean, that can destroy people, and it didn't destroy me. So,
Mm-hmm.
like
So what are you
that
going to
one.
do now? What are you going to do now for yourself?
I don't know. I, I'm hung up because I like to prevent things. So I guess, you know, that's
You're
draining
a
my energy off.
procrastinator.
What?
You're a procrastinator.
Not really. I tend to jump
Mm.
into things, but
Except when it comes to dealing with, like your genius and
hmm,
unlocking it from its locked position and compartmentalized place that you can only step into that consciousness when you're at work.
right,
That's the trauma
right.
in you. Okay?
Oh, okay. Hmm.
That's why I've extended this part of the session so you can come into the visceral awareness. Your genius is stuck somewhere else and you can only step into it when you're in that work position. So my recipe of wellness for you is start a business. Put yourself
Oh,
at work.
okay.
Go hire some people and take on responsibility again. Shake off the rust. Go get some cranial sacral treatment. Help unwind some of those traumas where your brain is locked somewhere else. Allow your genius to be unfettered and untethered.
Hmm.
Okay?
Okay.
You're at an opportunity where you could rapidly advance because your genius would be back. Okay? And look out, world.
Hmm.
Are you ready
Thank
to
you.
have a
I
look
love
out
that.
world moment? Right. Are you ready to have a look out world moment?
I'm not ready to work. I'm not ready to work full time. I know that.
Wah, 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 wah,
I don't want to get up
wah,
to the. Anyway.
wah. Work 11 to 7 then. Work 4
Yeah,
hours a day,
exactly.
put a team together. You already know how to do all that stuff.
I do. I do.
Okay.
Yep, I do for sure.
Okay. You could be an out of town boss anywhere in the world. It's the internet age.
Mhm. Very
Okay.
true. Very
Mm-hmm.
true.
And you could work like 3 hours a day and just do project oversight.
I
Okay.
could.
You would already know all of this stuff. You already know. And guess what? It's going to take your choice to re-engage it. But you're going to try to make projects that make the world better. Create your own
Exactly.
project. Okay,
Exactly.
create your own software. Do it for yourself. Hire some people. I'm serious. You need to have a brick and mortar building that says open for business.
Okay.
Even at 69. Train the next generation of women CEOs then. Okay?
Yep, that sounds.
Make online classes for it.
Well, thank you. I'm feeling empowered.
Well, get out there and go, because you got some spiritual contracts to help a lot of people.
Oh, cool. Okay.
And
Are
next
you going
time
to
we
tell me
talk,
about my lineage?
nope, because
Oh,
it
no.
will make no difference to you until you actually step back into your genius. You won't be able to understand the pattern recognition in it. Sorry. You're at a point where you got to choose to not make a leap of faith into it, but a step into knowingness that your genius is there.
Oh, okay.
Okay?
All right.
And once it's there, guess what? You'll have pattern recognition again, and you're going to suddenly see the malfunction in your code.
Ah, interesting. Okay.
Right. All right, darling, I got to let you go. All right.
Thank you so much.
Yep. All right, I'm having a little bit of internet issues. I'm going to shut my video off for this next caller. All right. We'll see if that. Let me turn it back on. All right. Robert, I'm going to end up shutting my video off for this next caller because I keep getting a network signal thing. So we got to change your image. All right, Robert, pick up the next caller.
Okay, next caller will be Christina.
Christina, are you there?
I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Where are you calling from?
Awesome. I'm calling from Burnaby, BC, Canada. Hello? Okay, I can't hear you. I don't know if you can hear me. Hello?
That was me. Sorry, I hit a wrong button by accident.
Okay.
All right. So, I didn't hear you. Where are you calling from?
Burnaby, BC.
Alberta,
Canada?
BC. Yay. So how did
No,
you
but
find out?
Burnaby.
Burnaby. Sorry. Where did you, how did you find out about me?
I was looking for information about the Akashic Records some time ago, and because I was interested, but I didn't know why. I was just like, okay, that sounds really cool and really interesting. I'd like to learn more about it. And yeah, found you and the Galactic History with Lance White. So
Wonderful.
yeah.
So what kind of question did you want to ask me today? We have open call-ins.
Awesome. I was interested in the Akashic Record and Galactic History of the helps of people on the central west coast of British Columbia.
Can you spell the name?
Heiltsuk.
And they're on the West Coast?
Yes, the central west coast.
They have a very deep, effective layer in this particular area. They were an underground. Originally, their species was created deep underground and was part of the repopulation of that particular area several dozen different times through multiple cataclysms that came there. That this species was also taken off world. They're a species, actually. They're not just an individual lineage. There's about 15,000 different family lineages that make up this species. And I say species because they were a heavily traded commodity. They are very much related to the Mayans, definitely lineage related to the Mayans. They both share the common Lyrian cat crossover, unentangled cat crossover, mountain lion versus puma, etc., etc. Why do you want to know about them?
Well, that's where I'm from. We're on an island. I've heard you speak of how about people that are on islands and
Mhm.
graveyards that are on islands.
Do you follow
And
the traditions?
the ones that I know, apparently I know more than I think I know.
Uh-huh.
We
Have
are
you written
very
any of them? Have you written any of them down?
written in my journal a little bit. Yeah.
Mhm.
I've had when my grandfather passed away about 3 4 months after he passed away, my second son was born the same day he passed away,
Mhm.
and we were preparing to have a memorial to mark the first year. And about 3 or 4 months after he passed away, I had a dream, and it was very lucid, and that I participated, and
Uh-huh.
I went to my grandfather, and somebody was with me. I don't know who it was, and I asked my grandfather. I said, "Well, what are we supposed to do for the potlatch?" Because we're potlatching people.
The giveaway.
Uh, Pardon?
About the giveaway ceremony.
No, for my blanket, for my button blanket, for our regalia.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure what crest to use because we have the eagle, the raven, the sun, the moon, and the copper, which
Uh-huh.
follows our mother's lineage, which is what my mom, the crest that came with her family. And
Uh-huh.
in my dream, there was my grandfather standing there, and I couldn't really see him as a human being. It was more energy. I knew that it was him, and I wasn't a human being, but I was energy.
Uh-huh.
And he turned, I don't know, he turned away from us, and he was running away, and he was running away really fast, like flying almost, and he was going so fast that he was wearing his regalia, his blanket, and I could see the buttons coming like loose
Uh-huh.
from his blanket. He was moving so quickly. And then we came to this long blue longhouse, and inside there were people all throughout doing different stages of regalia,
Mhm.
aprons, leg coverings, arm coverings, and
The
headgear.
ancestors. Yes, the many different
Yeah,
ancestors in the
yeah,
longhouse.
yeah. And then the next morning, I woke up and I drew a moon.
And that's going to be the next part to your regalia.
It was the crest that, yeah, I chose that crest for my regalia because nobody could tell me what to. They didn't know what to tell me. They said, "Well, you can choose your own," and I'm like, "Well, I'm nervous. I don't know enough." I thought.
Mhm. Do you
And
have any connection to the thunder beings?
thunder beams.
Yeah.
That would
The
be
thunder.
inland. That's like Bellacoola, the New Alk people.
No, you personally, when the thunder
Oh,
comes by.
when the, um,
When you
I
hear
love it.
thunder and lightning, I would
I love it.
like you to start explaining it as medicine, as a teacher spirit in the moment of now.
Yeah.
Pay attention to the weather. Turn on your weather sense. That's
I love
something
it.
that is in your lineage that is very powerful, the knowing of the coming weathers.
Mhm.
Okay?
Mhm.
You need to reconnect to the lightning and the thunder.
Yeah.
You need to drum in lightning and thunder. Gather a group of other shamans who want to experience the thunder and the lightning and drum it in.
Mm.
Okay? There's great wisdom waiting there for you.
I have
There are many, many ceremonies for you to do
mhm.
that are about re-engaging your sacred heart space as a dedicated elder of today.
Mhm.
Are you really ready to step up to be a modern elder?
Mhm.
Are you?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. That means you need to not just worry about the regalia. It's the
Mm.
next teachings you are going to create for the
Mm.
modern world.
Mm.
What's the next message to the children? What do the children need to know? What do the 7 future generations need out of your prayer and service and contributions? They need you, your presence, your life force, your essence. They need you around the ceremonial fire, directing drummers and fire tenders, standing in your regalia, not there for pomp and circumstance, but there for the trueness of the ceremony, engaging the sacred medicines and entangling with everyone else's medicines so the crow can take the sacred ceremony to the ancestors and beyond. Step into the role of the shaman, the shamaness. Empower those that are young to know the power of walking the path of the sacred heart, to hear the dual heartbeat in the fetus in the womb. Find once again the divine inspiration within yourself to know Great Spirit is working with you and through you. And it just takes courage to stay connected. Connected as the living, breathing elder, as passed on when your grandfather passed. And you take over. The generations of the past have painstakingly mapped the unseen world, so the elders that take up the mantle of responsibility and know the prophecy of the cradle board of self-nurturing, and the future generations to come, tap into your inner shamanic genius. Organize a crew, a ceremonial prayer crew, that are brothers and sisters, that can stand in the full moon and allow the ecstasy fill them to the tips of their fingers and toes through the prayer of ceremony of to all that is, was, and ever will be. Let Great Spirit honor you with its presence in your ceremonies. As the chemistry of the drums and the thunder and the lightning come together and spark everyone with inspiration so grand and divine, stories are told to the next 7 generations. For that is how it was done in the past, and it is how it will be done in the present, and how it will be done in the future, as a living, breathing manifestation of choice. You are that powerful. You ready to stop being afraid of your power? Ready to put on a little bit of war paint for yourself? Because you're not battling the external anymore. It's only your own limitations. How many years have you practiced? Bring them all to one grand victory ceremony. And know these victories will fulfill you on your journey to the next rites of passage, and the next, and the next, and the next. And new journeys and new victories will come, turning over the stagnation and the old ways to create new ways that become honored and sacred in your clan. And when you are a grandmother, a great-grandmother, and there are children below you from all the different tribes and places, you will see the future of the tribe once again. A living family unit. You're really emotional now, aren't you?
Yeah.
Because I
Water
touched you.
people.
Yeah. I touched your soul for a reason. Because you're that powerful. I would like for you to really examine stepping into your shamanic power. Really examine putting a crew together with a strategy of spirit behind it. That this summer, this spring and summer coming, that we will all watch the skies for thunder and lightning and do our own internal personal best to get together and drum it in as part of our service and contribution and prayers to the Great Spirit working through us, so a divine inspiration can come to us out of our contribution and service through prayer. It is a prayer group that is being asked for you to step into the power and to feel it in your heart's core once again. So as you drift off into the dream space and the great grandmother Dreamer takes you to the uniworlds layered over everything, you will hear your drum bringing you back home and have the power of the lightning on the other side as usable energy for masterful creations. For you are a dreamer. I have seen you on the other side. You have dreamed the great dream of peace. Now it's time to share it with the rest of the world.
I'm shaking.
Yes, because you're in transformation and transmutation of the old. Open your heart to this moment. Open that heart and call out to your grandfather to come and honor and bless this rites of passage as you step into your shamanic power today. See all the ancestors there cheering you on as you're doing your victory dance. Hako ki kiko tahi tika okono uika wahina ta tayata uka I niha wohokchi matakata ta watati chawo ok to ok chite hota tahita tanata okana cha wahukata takana nahika takana hoko hoto tayata taiko. Be at peace. You have already won.
That's true.
You have a very powerful healing medicine spirit working with you right now. Are you ready to go to the next level of healer too?
Yes. Yes, thank you. Yes.
Then simply accept the rites of passage right now and say to your many selves in the past, past the point of no return, I am the elder today.
I am the elder today.
And I pick up the elder's mantle of responsibility
The elder's mantle of responsibility.
and step forward
And step forward
as the healed healer,
as the healer.
so I may heal my family, my tribe, and my nation.
So I may heal my family, my tribe, and my nation.
Through my prayers and contribution and service to light. Accept this into your heart. It's time to let go of the old traumas of the old ways and create new joyful ways. That is a message you must bring to the many people, the many indigenous people spread far and throughout the world. That which we look at looks back at us. We have learned the lessons of discernment and forgiveness, and know there comes a time when we must move on. Move on from the traumas of the past and create joys in this memory of the moment through the power of joy of prayer. That is your recipe to power, to wellness and great power. Find that joy of prayer. Find that joy of prayer. And Great Spirit will send you aloft to the great high winds of the Sky Nation, and there you will meet the birth of thunder, and have it as a medicine to take to people when they are in a dark and stormy night. All right, darling. How you feeling there?
Empowered.
Yeah.
That was amazing.
Yeah. You didn't need a reading. You needed a victory dance. Yeah. When our call is done, I'd like you to go outside or right there and just do a victory dance, even if it's 2 minutes. You must shed off the stagnation of those that could not hold the mantle of responsibility because they weren't ready. You are now. You are now. You've earned it. You have earned it. Throw off the shackles of the old. All right, I'm going to let you go so you can go and have your victory dance and speak to your medicines again and arrange your ceremonial crew. Let's go chase the lightning, young one. All right. Okay, Robert, let's go on our break now. And when we come back, we will continue with open lines.
Going on a break. We'll be back in about 9 minutes.
So what kind of questions do you have for the Living the Mystical Life Daily webcast today?
Well, I've got a few different ones of the different genres. Why don't I just ask my first one?
Okay.
I was curious if the eclipse and the accompanying unity meditations had a positive effect on timelines or the event horizon, if there is still one.
So I have been stating since 2013 that unity meditations are generally very dangerous scenarios to be involved in. So my answer is no. It has made virtually no impact. And I have maintained that statement since 2013. Now, I will explain why. All it takes is one person that has a radically different belief system who has a slightly haunted area to poison that whole thing. None of the beings that are practicing unity meditation have ever met or hugged each other in mass, have never exchanged ceremonial honors or blessings. There isn't a form of ritual clearing before or after it. It is just a dirty flash mob of energy coming together with no focus or no purpose. And there is this concept that the light worker community believes that our unity selves are all working together and that's that. No, that's bullshit. That's theory. That's not proven. There are people that have deep and powerful experiences during those unity meditations because that's what they needed. And then there are a bunch of others that stop the middle of their day with their screaming kids in the corner, go and do their meditation and never clean themselves. Don't have any form of spiritual hygiene. The monks in the monasteries live spiritual hygiene and share these unity meditations because they know that everyone working with it has done their spiritual hygiene. Our world has taken on so many of these things. So my answer, you add the internet to this, which is full of dirty spiritual energy, you have a mass assemblage of light beings with a bunch of predatory spirits around it, and it's a smorgasbord of energy harvesting for them. That's my answer to that question, and has been my answer since 2013.
I appreciate that.
Is that a hard answer for you?
It certainly, certainly, because we all want to believe we're making a difference, and that's been the most obvious way for people who don't have really sacred communities around them practicing what it is you're preaching to participate or feel that they're participating. And I hear what you're saying, that it can be an easy way to bring in dirty energy underwear.
Exactly. Now, if it was organized and had some of the concept that I said behind it, where there is a good portion of people that are creating the unity meditation, who are consciously broadcasting publicly through video, you can alter some of those light waves, those negative light waves that are coming in projections. Are you going to stop the predatory spirits? No. It literally takes just one haunted 25-year-old kid that's half suicidal, that has a suicide demon in him, for it to go, holy shit, I want him to meditate with this, because I have doorways and pathways to everyone doing the same thing.
And so the light energies that people bring to these events aren't enough to outweigh these others.
Because there's no physical hug between them. No, I'm going to sage you, you sage me. No unity of touch that is the intimacy of sacredness. Okay?
Okay.
Too many people think they can remote view and remote pray into everything. No, you can't. You aren't that powerful yet. You're still operating on the microvolts, not the macrovolts. And then I know there are people who say all it takes is one super powerful being to clear it out. No, it doesn't. It only takes two negative beings to counter a positive being, so on and so forth. And when you have these mass meditations where 100, 150,000 people are being in them, does it impact this world? No. The global narrative didn't change, did it? Trump didn't quit. The angels didn't come on. The rapture didn't happen. The world goes on and on.
So then, can I ask you somewhat linked question?
Sure. This was a cool question. Thank you.
Yeah, sure. There are these events happening around the country where it really appears that they're setups for clash and violence to be happening. There happens to be one in San Francisco this weekend that I'm now hearing a lot of stuff about. And so I'm left wondering, is it best, in order to maybe have a positive influence, is it best or smartest to be present at an event like this, to do prior ritual maybe at the event site, or to do ritual from afar? And this is with the caveat that there could be violence at the event.
I would stay as far away from it as possible. I would not do a ritual or an event in something that is the potential of violence. That is the opposite of ritual.
But
So
intention is the core.
No. Your intention is to literally stop giant violence, but that again is stepping on a journey of another. That is being the light dictators. It is the ancestors of the land that you would work on long before. So this comes back to what I call ancestral soups, where you boil and distill the essence of who you are, what you are, and give the teachings to the ancestors of the land as an offering, and then you are backed away from that. It is the ancestors that are creating this violence and polarity in charge of the people right now. Now, specifically tailored for San Francisco, it's got some dark shit underneath it. Okay? All of those souls that died in the earthquake, most of them haven't been passed over. So there is a form of perception. Instead of being an energetic insurgent, you are dealing with the root cause, the ancestors of the land that are unrest because the people on the surface are unaware that they're still there and dead and aren't passing them over. With a sacred geometry system that's trapping more and more, blending hundreds of different eras and generations of ghosts, which has created its own society. of control. When a light worker comes into a society of undead ghost control, you're going to get whooped. Whooped. Just like that. Would you walk into the demon's lair and do a ritual in front of him?
No,
But that is what you were doing. You didn't even realize it. Right.
And so, like you're saying, doing prior ritual, like with the soup, would be something. But what I'm feeling is hearing all this stuff in the media stirs us up, myself included. We want to do something, and then we're just getting involved in the shitstorm.
Welcome back, everyone. Here we go. The second half of the show. We had a powerful opening. We had some incredible people come on. Now we're going to open up the wheel of callers and see if somebody wants to ask anything of a special question. Reach into your genius. All right, Robert, spin the wheel of callers.
Okay, our next caller will be Manuel Bartzis.
Manuel, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Great. Where
Nice
are you
to
calling?
hear you, Andrew.
Nice to hear
I'm
you. Where are
calling
you
from
calling?
Slovenia, Europe.
Slovenia, Europe. Great. What time is it over there?
It's something like 1:20, 1:30.
Oh, wow. It's late over there. So how did you find out about me?
Actually, I am approaching a school of karmic diagnostic, and one colleague told me about you. Just like that, and I started following you on YouTube, and then I went to your website and I found about revocations. And I made them, and actually after that something really nice happened, strangely happened. I was just blown out, very, very hard energy start to pulling away. And I don't know, then I was like that I was lost somewhere, and my colleague from school get me back into earth, actually, and some entities that popped on me. And actually, I started this school after many traumatic events, like hard lessons, which I went through, because probably I find out that I'm that kind of the person that I have to clean my family karma, considering the women's which are getting into family line. There were so much same things happening. And actually, when I passed all these lessons and cleaning up myself spiritually with these different kind of approaches, but I'm still like in that end of the tunnel of dark night of the soul. And actually, my relationship was quite traumatic for me. But now I'm getting better and better every day, and I feel just that like pain in my third chakra, which is my powerful chakra. And there is the main key, and I'm still living maybe too much in my head, which I'm now transforming during the last week after that revocations. First time in my life that I feel that body not as a body but as an energy field and surroundings. Much more connected to environment, to people, to everything what is surrounding me.
Okay. So what specific questions did you want to ask me today?
The question is actually about this lineage line about women's which are approaching, because I saw like my relationship, the same kind of persons. And when I am doing inventory, I saw that as well with my father, my grandfather, something was happened, I don't know, 6-7 generations already in the line.
So that is known as an ancestral family curse. It's not like a wizard back then did it. It's something that happened from karma that was accumulated from many generations previous to that. And it always goes forward one generation, and it gets a little worse and little worse until the form of abuse or whatever it is takes shape and form and something you can see, like what you are able to see right now. And since you are at the front of the generation, and there may be other aspects of people that are still continuing the lineage, but as an awake and aware being, you're wanting to know what to do to begin to clear these frequencies. It starts by having a daily practice to understand that it has permeated your unseen world even before you were born. It was very much interwoven and intertwined into your fetus and the blueprint journey. Now you're leaving that soul family as its old messages and lessons, and you're joining your new soul family here on earth, the ones that are coming together in the great Dreamtime Awakening. You are not stopping the love of the old family. You're creating a love for a new one, knowing full well that that family can no longer support potent and powerful women in a scenario that are equal co-creators to you, who is on the path to being a healed healer himself, so that you can step into your power and your great work can have a great impact.
Thank you.
Start with a daily practice and understand the more you practice balanced practice, you will discover the more ancestral balance you have. And the more will this pressure of all the feminine ills and stuff going right and wrong will no longer be there as that unseen pressure. The next layer of allowment here for you is to heal the traumas by doing the inner work. Inner work that you know what it is going back through the memories, decharging them, depolarizing them, forgiving yourself, forgiving those that were involved with such force of heart-spaced will. You will transform and transmute all of those negative energies through the power of forgiveness, self-love, self-healing, self-nurturing, and advancing your capacity to forgive even into the unseen worlds of those negative forces that know no better, for they are just zealots and martyrs to their cause. Have you done the Union and Communion Consciousness Strike?
Actually, what we are doing through school. We are resolving past lives. We are resolving all the connections based on what is exposed on different layers. And more we go deeply, more we are getting close to ourselves. As well, I'm already working with some clients, but because I had such a traumatic event with my last relationship, I see that actually I was doing as well like self-sabotage, like not really believing that I'm capable. I know that I'm capable, but like something is holding me back to really open my heart and truly step in this transformation. Or it's not yet a moment, or I'm doing this to myself. That is the question. But I'm seeing that after this revocation, something big changed. Big change happened inside of me.
Big changed. Energies that were loud and broadcasting you were suddenly turned off at their source. And now you have a whole bunch of freed up awareness that's not paying attention to this background noise that was occupying you. And you're now starting to unlock the many layers of your spiritual genius that have been in a form of broken pattern recognition. Now you are not in broken pattern. You're putting the patterns together now.
Yes.
Keep on the path of being the healer. Pick up more clients. Make sure that you're balanced with money that's coming in so you don't have to sit on somebody else's couch. Make sure you have a stable home. And when it's time, put up a sign that says open for business.
I already done that. I opened the company in which I started, but then I was not in that state that, because I said, if I'm not really healed in myself, I cannot work with the clients, because if something during the procedure happens or opening some old wounds to me will be not really proper to a client, will be not really, how can I say?
You have to call on other healers.
Yeah, I'm doing that. Actually, I'm doing that. I'm surrounded with really nice people. And
I can see that. But there's still something in you that isn't allowing the next part of the healing.
Yeah, so what's that?
There's a part of you that doesn't want to grow up, and this is the part you have to let go inside yourself.
And how I do that?
You have to discover who it is. My point of view, it's somebody that when you were 17 and 18 and large and in charge, and that thing has been subtly running so many of your bad choices.
Okay, I understand. Okay.
And that peace is not going to evolve to the fifth world of peace. And it is truly a letting go of it, giving it sovereignty and say, go on and be a spirit in another body. You are not a part of me anymore. Here's your, with love, go. Okay. And it'll become a disincarnate frequency. And if it has the will to survive, it will. If not, it'll return to source as energy. Let it go. It has no potency or relevancy to your growth. It is irrelevant to your greater growth. It is just there to block you and stop you. Stopping you putting together the grander pattern recognitions of being healed more.
Thank you very much for this.
You're welcome. My advice for you is to go and download the Union and Communion Consciousness Strike if you don't already have it, and read it out. Even if you got to translate into your native language, you really need to step up your prayer game. Okay? The old coping skills have gotten you this far, but they won't get you 20 miles down that journey when it's uphill, very fast, high frequency. You're going to need to develop new, powerful prayer skill sets that have new material behind them. Your own created too. So you got to go look back at your journals and what did I learn? Use hindsight, so create foresight prayers. Okay? Start fortifying your reality. You got a lot of clients in the unseen world waiting for you to just let this piece go and find that groove to take on the clients, turn over the money, expand the business, hire more healers so you don't have to work as much, so you can refine your skills and learn more. And then teach.
Yeah, inside of me, I have this knowledge that my way is to teach others.
Yes.
Yes. Thank you for my heart.
And you're welcome, brother, from another Earth Mother.
Thank you.
All right, brother. Why don't you go and take it easy? You've had a big healing go on there.
Yes, I know.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you very much, Andrew.
You're welcome, brother.
Thank you that you called me back.
Yes.
Okay.
Right. Robert,
much love to all. Okay.
Yes. Let's spin the wheel of caller for one more call.
Anin Theron.
Anin, are you there? Hello. Are you there? Hello?
Yes, hi, can you hear me?
Yes, and your name again?
Anin.
Ain?
Anin, like Janine.
Okay. Anin. I'm getting a lot of feedback coming from you.
I'm using my speakers because I don't have earphones. That might be it.
Yeah, that's a little bit. It doesn't feel, we're still getting some kind of echo back from you.
And now?
It's coming when I'm talking.
Oh
Yeah,
dear.
you're probably gonna have to lower the volume on your speakerphone
Okay, now?
or turn off the speakerphone and put it to your head. Yeah, let's see. We'll try that.
Yeah, all my earphones are broken.
That's it. If it's off a speakerphone, let's see if it. Yeah, there we go. It doesn't feedback now. Alrighty. So, how did you find out about me?
Teal Swan in
Teal Swan.
2014.
Okay. So, what kind of questions did you want to ask today?
Quite a few relating to dragon energy, actually, and ancestral work.
Okay.
I've been in communication with Andre, actually.
Mm-hmm.
And he's been encouraging me to call in to expand a bit with, I'm a healer in Cape Town.
Okay, wonderful. So what did you
Yes,
want to
and
know about? Mhm.
Cape
Is it-
Town needs a lot of healing.
I'm
You
getting
know
some
about
kind
Cape
of.
Town, South Africa.
Yeah, I know where it's at. I'm getting that feedback again from you. I'm not sure what it is.
Okay, so when I put my speaker louder.
Yeah, I'm not sure what it is. Anyways, let's just continue on. So what did you want to know about dragons?
Well, I'm pregnant and I have a feeling my baby has a very strong dragon energy. And I just maybe wanted to confirm that.
What is her name and date of birth?
My name.
No, your daughter's, the baby's name.
She's not born yet.
Is she still in womb?
Yes.
Okay, when was roughly her beginning date? How far along are you?
About just after 5 weeks. Gestation happened in 25th of December.
All right.
Conception.
So this child, you're asking about dragon energy. In fact, it's an actual special form of angel called Kilkorna.
Kilcorn.
No, they mean, yeah, Kilkorna. They are the bravest of the bravest, strongest of the strongest, smartest of the smartest, most genius of the genius of all the angels in all the realms of angelic realms that have gone through the great elevation of angelic journeys.
Wow.
She has been a dragon before, but to become a Kilcorner means you've done everything in all the different realms of realities. And she's come here for a very specific purpose.
Is there anything I can do to make sure that happens?
Oh yeah, love. Love like you've never loved before. Find whole new ways of love and peace. For when she is born and comes through that womb, you will be an elder. For her. Imprinting and teaching her what? Sacred living. How to know her power. How to not get lost in other powers. How to not be a psychic brat. You'll teach her what it is to have fun and joy and not sadness and depression. You'll teach her how to overcome the worries of others and the suppressions of the world. You'll teach her how to be a divine woman in high heels or whatever.
Wow,
You'll
that's
teach her
amazing.
trust and all those other things that makes a powerful angelic being in this world powerful, capable, going into the greatest, the hardest of scenarios, corporate worlds, and changing it from within 30 years from now.
That's great. Is she a healer?
Healing comes in many forms. There are those that are ancestral cleaners and ancestral healers. And by the job that they do, they heal wounds that could never been healed but through that job. I'll simply say she's got a lot of magic behind her and a very specific plan that will take her to the highest layers of our reality.
Wow, okay, that's great.
She's meant for stardom, but not through Hollywood. I can't really give you too much more about her because she still wants something to be a secret.
That's fine. I got what I needed.
Okay. Do you have any other questions that you'd like to ask?
Yes, I'm a healer and I've been in an accident, so I won't be able to do healing much longer the way I'm doing it now.
Mm-hmm.
And I was just wondering if you're seeing me continue doing any form of healing work in the future, or how I can still be of service without actually having to do hands-on work.
You can become a teacher.
Yeah, my confidence when it comes to teaching is there's a lot of work to be done there.
Right. And that's why you said, what is you do is become a teacher. Okay? While you're pregnant.
Everything's claimed. I don't know what to teach because everything I know was taught by someone that's already done it.
Okay, then teach your own thing that's a hybrid of everything. There you go. Teach your own. Find the right price that attracts students so you can have 3, 4, or 5 students and dump your knowledge in, and they can take over the majority of the clients and you can make something off of them as they're learning to master it.
And I can just make that hybrid from my experience.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Teach through intuition. How thousands of healing schools started. You have the certs and all the stuff already. Again, it's just price point. Okay. And it's far easier in your mind, body, and spirit. And then you'll have people to work on you while you're pregnant too, because you're going to need it.
I go once or twice a week. I get healing done, so that's good.
You're going to need more.
Oh, okay. I don't mind.
Yeah. Just give it to yourself.
Awesome.
So your healing skills are greatly needed in this world. You just can't give up on it. And you're asking if there's more into healing you. Yeah, there is. You just got to figure out a new relationship with it. Right?
Yeah, I'm trying at the moment, trying to figure it out.
Okay. So are you in a relationship now?
Yes, I'm married.
Okay. How long have you been married for?
2 years, but together 13 years.
2 years, but together 20. That's a long time.
Yeah.
Okay. Why did you wait so long to have children?
We tried, actually, it just didn't happen. We just stopped not trying, and then it took about 3 years.
Uh-huh.
And then surprise.
There you go. Ding, ding, ding. Made it through the Archon grid.
Tell me, the ancestral thing. I want to do some ancestral healing in Cape Town.
Hold on one second. My cat's about to disconnect all my computers and everything. He's playing with my power cord. 1 second. Get out of there. No. No. Okay. Hey, everyone, this is the cat. There he is. Get him. Get him. Okay.
This moment has been brought to you by nature.
Yes, he was going after a lizard that he has killed, and he put it right down on all the power cords and almost undid everything. Sorry about that. It would have been a technical failure. All right, so you are meant to do all forms of healing. You need to find a new relationship with healing itself. You're also at a point where you got to go and do something that really invigorates you as a healer in a different way.
I don't know what that is.
A new form of learning. Yes, there's all these modalities out there, but there is a modality out Yeah, there's too many, but you've got to pick one that will actually challenge your intelligence so you can incorporate it into what you already know.
Yes.
Okay?
Is there any advice you have for ancestral work in Cape Town? Because I know you mentioned the brews and stuff like that, but I just collected a lot of bones, and I've been wanting to do some land healing because the government here is just kind of screwing everything up.
Well, Cape
I'm
Town
not
is
a protester. I'm not all of that. So
Cape Town is a very ancestrally divided town. And if you don't know what you're doing, you can greatly upset stuff with even just soup. Okay?
oh wow.
Yes. You will make avenues of awareness that shouldn't be looking at you at that level of avenues of awareness. I understand your good nature and you want to balance. Stick in the space that you live in, the little yard that you have, whatever it is, stick in that space. So you're balancing the space that you live in, fortifying your reality, and allowing yourself to have your private bubble of sacred ancestral space. Okay?
That's a bit difficult because I'm pregnant, I won't be able to work for a few months. So we're downscaling to such a degree. I don't have a backyard even.
Well,
We don't even know where we're going to live. We're losing our house.
Modern shaman. Do it on a stove. Pull a chair up and pray towards the stove. Be a problem
A
solver.
revocation or own prayer?
Any prayer. When I do my ancestral stoops, I put them on the stove. Sometimes I put them on the outdoor fire and I let them simmer for 4 or 5 hours. And I'll usually do 2.5 to 3 hours of prayers in that 5 hours. Okay? It's all the speeches that I do, all the high-powered frequency things that I do, and then I flow on at least a half hour to 45 minutes of what is on my heart space awareness. What I can do is contribution and service so that there's wisdom impressed in this soup too, because oftentimes enforcing our reality with the soup is about taking our wisdom and spreading it to the corners so we see it as signature frequencies of our own victories.
Own victories, that's a hard one.
Owning your victories and allowing the internal champion to come in, who's already the hero to the self, who knows they're human. So you can be the unvanquished great dreamer of peace and know the power of the internal dragon and eternal dragon that we all are as masterful creators.
My dragon comes up in healings.
You can use this time of pregnancy to do great magic if you decide to make a spiritual strategy.
Any advice on how to do that?
Dedication and commitment. Put it on a schedule.
I'm a big procrastinator. I don't like, that's my issue.
Well, now is the time to challenge it. Truly challenge it so that it is no longer stealing your time to get things done. What hides behind the procrastinator?
Yeah.
The limited self.
True. Well, I don't even.
What's behind the limited self? The one that's way back there going, I want to change, I want to do, but I can't get past the procrastinator and the limited self.
Well, every time I think I do, it goes good for a week or two, and then it just goes back to normal.
Because it's got that much power and control over you. Like a pack of cigarettes.
Oh, I used to smoke.
I'm giving you a visceral association that it has that much control over you, like a pack of cigarettes. Procrastination is your tobacco right now.
It is.
And you're getting a high off of it somehow too.
It's allowing me to relax.
Many people get a high off of procrastination. I was a grand master procrastinator at a younger age, let me tell you. I had to get over it. I'd have never been here doing this if I didn't. And that applies for you too.
Okay, then a big part of procrastinating for me is in the line of doing what you do, like talking, speaking, but I'm so embarrassed, and that is embarrassment is quite a motivator for procrastination for me.
What are you embarrassed of?
I don't know. I think I've had so many bad experiences of people judging me. I just stopped.
You should go back and listen to the first speech about the hero. Why do they have so potent and power over you? Why have you let their perspective imprint and suppress and deform you?
I think it's beliefs from my family because they cared a lot what people think of them.
And
I've been
now
working on
that's
that for the past few
now it's
months.
time for you to not care what they think. Truly.
How do you not care?
But it's traumatized you this much that you don't want to go out and having severe issues with it. You got to come out of the woo-woo closet, okay?
I'm trying.
I know. I believe in you. Do you believe in you now? This is
sometimes
brass tacks. Are you ready to believe in yourself and take away all the belief power you've given everyone else that says you're incapable?
If I get confirmation, I would, yes. But see, that's limiting belief as well. Yeah, I know, exactly.
For that easy, you wouldn't be calling, would you?
Exactly.
Okay? This is self-motivation. The essence of the message and lesson for you is self-motivation and truly letting go of the power of what other people say. Listen, I can tell you what I've seen in comments are some of the nastiest things that come at me through these YouTube channels or Facebook or whatever other one. And then there's some amazing, powerful comments. So what? I don't care what you think. There's no relevance.
Don't worry. Don't listen to them.
Sometimes they hurt. Sometimes they hurt. They're, ooh, that's nothing like me. But I let it go. Because there's still lessons in that, even in that hate-filled message.
Really someone to look up to.
Mm-hmm.
You're with me every week. My baby kicks when I listen to your videos. He knows your voice by now.
Because I probably met your fetus before when I was a fetus in the womb in the 70s. My fetus got around.
Good one.
Exactly.
Well, I don't want to keep you busy for too long, but just before I go, any galactic history you can share? Doing what you do best?
What year were you born?
1990.
You are Arcturian and Pleiadian as a hybrid, meaning an Arcturian fell in love with a Pleiadian, and you had a genetic offspring that was a light photonic frequency hybrid match, meaning it was not technologically assisted. It was a natural birth, which is not necessarily rare, but it is special when it happens between those two. And you were born there about 2.5 million years ago. And you started as a celestial farmer. That's the best way I can describe it. Your first life was learning how to make the lands very fertile, and you became very good at it. And when you were old enough and you were able to go off world, you found another world that was in a form of healing, crisis, and recovery. And you planted crops and forests on it in mass scales and helped the planet heal as a celestial farmer and healer. And when that life ended, you decided to come back into the lineage and be a Pleiadian, but you weren't limited because you were your first life was a hybrid. You weren't limited to that one frequency of time. You could go backwards in time and you can go forwards in time. You decided to go back into the early Pleiadian history. So about 26, 28 million years ago, and incarnated as a fetus in a womb there that had a complete blank memory, but you came in as an Arcturian Pleiadian hybrid to understand celestial music, the great singing that between stars, and how planets connect to others, and great orchestras of music that is broadcast through all of time and space. And this was an extremely potent life to you. And along with a group of other celestial singers, you discovered another song out there in the universe. And that was Earth's Song. And Earth's Song lured many, many celestial singers from around the universe and around the galaxy to come and find that solo planet, celestial mind, and the most provocative, informative, alluring broadcast through all of the celestial musics ever heard before. And it lured you out of ancient past to come to the ancient future, to be a part of the great awakening of this celestial mind, with a chorus of children playing the songs of joy from their heart.
Is that why I want to work with children in this lifetime?
That's right. You are a guardian of the 7 future generations.
How can I take that further?
Commitment, courage, discipline, and none of those are mystical. They're all self-generated. You are already smart enough to figure it out. You're just lacking the courage right now. That's it.
Yeah.
And have many arguments pre-planned for your limitations.
Yes, I do. Is my baby also Pleiadian or Arcturian?
No, I can't tell you what she's going to, what she is or was or will.
Is that one of the ones you can't share? I've been trying to figure that out.
She wants to surprise the shit out of you. She might be 2. She might be twins. You never know.
Great. Well, thank you very much, Andrew.
You're welcome. Thank you so much for calling in.
My pleasure. Do what you do best.
Yes. All right, everyone. We are going to end the show there. I want to thank everyone for coming and listening to Adventures to Reality. If you would like to book a private session with me, you can contact mpa@galactichistorian.com. Come and check out our store. We got awesome products that are there for you. And keep in touch, as new live shows will be coming in about 2 weeks or more. All right, everyone, get ready for the end of the show. All right, Robert, take us away.
Each different bubble of reality is true.
A galactic historian is a person that looks at all the lines of dramatic karma.
Nudge, nudge. It's the Holy Grail. Improvise. Mysterious. It's counter psychic intelligence.
Why is DNA farming of this star cluster so important?
Because we do manifest our reality. We do create our reality.